Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be the 2-week update on the 6 Bowdens Own products we applied to this test panel. So just a quick reminder on what we have applied, and it's the same order they're in from left to right on the panel. So we have Wet Dreams, Afterglow, Fully Slick Original, Fully Slick version 2, Bead Machine, and Happy Ending. So if you haven't seen the previous videos where firstly I applied them and then we did the initial thoughts and first rinse, then we've done a 1-week update. This is now going to be the 2-week update. So if you haven't seen those, I'll put a link down below with a playlist to all those videos. But so basically what we've done is we've applied these, we've left this panel outside, and it's actually rained almost every day this week since the last update. So it's seen a bit of sun, it's seen a bit of rain, it's a little bit dusty. So it's going to give it a quick rinse down. We're going to hand wash it with CarPro Reset, and then we'll quickly do our sheeting test, a beading test, and a sort of a test with a leaf blower just to see what it would be like if you were to have one of these applied to your car and it starts raining and driving along. Is your car going to be easily dried just by driving in the wind, which is going to make it easier to dry altogether? So yeah, that's going to be today's update. So yeah, 2 weeks since we applied them, and let's see how they've all lasted. Okay, so let's give it a first quick rinse. And we will get our wash media out. Okay, so let's rinse that down. Okay, so the panel has been washed. Let's do a quick sheeting test. So we'll start to the left here on Wet Dreams. So yeah, still sheeting the water pretty well, especially if you compare it to this back section here, which has no products at all. So yeah, sheeting quite well. Go for Afterglow. So yeah, Wet Dreams sheeting a lot quicker than Afterglow, but Afterglow is still sheeting the water. Fully Slick Original. Still sheeting, but yeah, definitely very slow when compared to how it was at the start of the test. Yeah, very similar to Afterglow still though. We'll go to the version 2 and we'll compare that with the original formula. So the version 2, sheeting from the top straight away, and the original actually not really sheeting this time at all, surprisingly. Let's give it a little lift. Okay, so yeah, the Fully Slick Original. Okay, there we go. It started from the bottom down here, but yeah, the version 2 definitely an improvement compared to the original. So yeah, you can see it just starts sheeting quite quickly, whereas over here, not sure if you can see that, but yeah, tiny little section. Let's move it on to what has pretty much been the overall winner so far and really impressing me, which is the bead machine. So pretty much still looking like the day we applied it, as far as I can tell, after 2 weeks. The water just basically wants nothing to do with it. So you can't even completely flood the panel, it will dry before you get the chance. And happy ending, which has also been doing really well on a little bit more of an angle. So you can almost completely flood happy ending, but it's too fast with the sheeting to actually get completely wet. So yeah, still miles ahead for bead machine, still second place for happy ending. I'd say Wet Dreams still in third, and Fully Slick V2 I'd say still in fourth, with Afterglow and then Fully Slick. Okay, so let's do a bead test, so just in the mist function. Let's go all the way over. So yeah, very, very clear differences. Really nice beading on the bead machine. Almost as good on the happy ending. Bead machine not looking much different to the day we applied it, which is, yeah, it's only been 2 weeks, but it has been sitting outside. So I mean, to compare this to being a car that's just been garaged and maybe driven, you know, just on the weekends, this would be like this after probably 2 or 3 months at this stage, compared to just 2 weeks of sitting outside in the elements. But yeah, still looking pretty similar to the day we applied it. Happy ending just still a little bit behind it, but yeah, definitely a second. Third, Wet Dreams not quite looking as good as it did at the start. The beads sort of more looking a little bit more like these other ones were at the start, I guess. Still looking pretty good, still looking definitely a third place. Fourth, I think we'll go with Fully Slick V2, which I think has been basically the order for everything. And these two, got a little sheeted section. So I mean, down here, kind of, the beading isn't very good, I'll be honest. The beading for Afterglow from the start wasn't very impressive. It does say that it gives epic beads, or bead porn, I think it says. But you can see it's not really that impressive. It's not perfectly round beads like on bead machine. So if we rinse some of that off, you can just see the clear differences. So getting to the point where these three are kind of slowly starting to fail. Still definitely something there compared to having no protection at all. But yeah, and Wet Dreams taken a little bit of a weaker approach than what it did at the start, but I may have not applied it correctly, I'll be honest. Yeah, off camera I did sort of try it a few different times before it worked. I think I just wasn't quite applying it right. I was rinsing it straight away, a little bit close, but yeah, it still performed well. So maybe even another week, if it's gone, we'll reapply it. We'll just mask off everything else, reapply Wet Dreams and see if it'll last as long as happy ending is and continues to sort of last. But yeah, so that's going to be the sheeting. So clear winner for bead machine. I could honestly just keep rinsing it all day because it's just amazing water behavior. But yeah, these three in the middle, Afterglow, Fully Slick V2 and the original, not really that impressive at this stage. You know, pretty flat water behavior, not very nice beads at all. And yeah, the sheeting just the fact of how easy you can just completely soak the area. So yeah, with that done, let's grab the leaf blower and just give it a rinse and see what it'd be like if you're basically driving along, caught a bit of rain, you just cleanse your car. If you're driving along, is your car just going to be basically dry from just driving along on the motorway? Okay, so start off with wet dreams again. Okay, so used a different leaf blower this time. Used like a corded one. It's a lot more powerful, but very loud. So I'll make sure I adjust the audio. But yeah, that dried them all a lot better than it did previously. But yep, again, first place to Bead Machine, second place to Happy Ending, third to Wet Dreams, fourth to Fully Slick V2, and then these two, not much between them. So it's basically been the result every time. They're all still there. They're all still providing a little bit of protection. It's at this point, if I was just using one of these three, I would probably strip it and reapply it. And if your car is outside and it's been 2 weeks and you're looking to strip it and reapply it, I'd probably not really use them, if I'm honest, unless it was just used on top of one of these more sort of better performing products. But if I'm completely honest, I'm not a big fan of layering products over and over. I'd rather just use one that works well, let it run its course, strip it back and reapply. So I would personally go with Bead Machine or Happy Ending. Happy Ending just for the ease of use, using it in a foam cannon, do a couple of quick foams after you finish washing the car and it's done. But personally, I would just go with Bead Machine. It's pretty easy to apply, to be honest, and it is still performing like it did. I know a lot of people have been saying in the comments that they apply Bead Machine and then they put one of the Fully Slicks or Afterglow on top every wash. I mean, I personally, I wouldn't. I would just stick with letting Bead Machine do its thing. So as you can see how well it performs. What I would possibly like to do is maybe do a little section that I haven't touched and just put some Bead Machine down and just put Afterglow and Fully Slick on top in little sections and just see, does that mask the behavior of Bead Machine? Because I just think it performs great as is. There's no need for anything else. It looks great. It's super slick. So why spend the money buying the extra product to put on top of it when you could just leave it as is? So those are my thoughts anyway. It's only been 2 weeks, so we're going to let this test continue. I will have some other tests starting soon that I'll probably run at the same time as this. Just going to need to pick up another panel because this one is currently being used. So once, say I have some products down this end that are completely gone and these three are still performing, or even just this one, I do just want to see how long does Bead Machine last? How long does Happy Ending last? So I don't want to, just because we only have say 2 or 3 products left running, I don't want to sort of end the test and strip them back. I want to actually let this go until they're failed. So yeah, that may get a bit boring and I might start just doing a quick rinse each week just of that one product while filming another video just to show you guys. But yeah, I just want to see how long this one and how long all of them actually last. So as they do fail, which none have yet, I will mark it on the line where I've written the product and just say, you know, 6 weeks or 5 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever it's going to be, just so we have a baseline for how long this lasts. Then when we compare the other products from other brands that we'll be trying, it's going to be better for us to know, okay, this product lasted 4 weeks, this product lasted, 16 weeks. Let's compare that to a Maguire's product. So yeah, that's all we have for today. So try not to talk too long and drag it on, but yeah, make sure you give the video a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate that. Leave me any comments and definitely subscribe. This is a new YouTube channel, and when the channel is new and growing, it really does help if people can support it. And just, yeah, by a simple like, a quick comment saying you enjoyed it or which product you preferred, and to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does really help the channel grow, so I'd appreciate that. With all that said, that is going to be it for today, so until next time, I'll catch you guys later.